Energy, a growing and driving force in our developing world. There are many sources of energy, some more effective than others, but some are more harmful to our environment. There are two types of energy sources, the first being non-renewable and the other being renewable. Non-renewable is the oldest source of energy. It involves using sources that can only be replaced over a long period of time. However, some say that non-renewable sources are harmful to our environment. However, there is an alternate source, renewable energy. This uses sources of energy that never run out and can be renewed. This involves using the latest technology to harness the elements into potential energy and transforming it into energy that we can use. We are going to be exploring fuel wood and tidal power as examples of these sources of energy and find out which one is better. Fuel wood is the use of wood to generate energy. This involves burning forms of it such as charcoal, firewood, pellets and sawdust to create heat energy which can be used to power many different everyday things. This is a non-renewable source of energy which is composed of biological matter. The use of wood as a source of fuel is common all around the world. However, it is more important in LICs as it is the most common and cheap source of energy. Fuel wood is the most readily available source in the world as it can be found in most places, so the cheaper price reflects this. However, there are also problems with fuel wood. Firstly, burning wood and coal produces high carbon emissions, which damages the environment. This is bad because heat is trapped in the atmosphere, leading to a warming planet. Secondly, as it is a non-renewable source, there is a finite amount of it, and eventually it could become scarce and expensive. Currently, UK policy on this source is that we should try and switch to more renewable sources of energy where possible. Tidal energy is the use of tides to produce energy. The most common tidal power generator is the tidal steam generator, where in the movement of the tides powers the turbines to create kinetic energy, which can then be transformed into electricity. Tidal power has traditionally been used in Western Europe and North America. However, East Asia is now beginning to adopt this source. Another benefit of tidal power is that it is renewable and produces no pollution. Also, the running costs are very cheap compared to more conventional sources. For example, the turbines only need to be replaced every 30 years. The UK government is currently investing in more tidal power plants for the future. However, there are also problems. Firstly, it is very expensive and a relatively new method of generating power, so many poorer countries cannot afford it. Secondly, the tidal generators can damage the local environment by killing fish and vegetation. I am now going to compare the benefits and the disadvantages of two sources of energy. Wood fuel is cheap, readily available and creates a lot of energy, though it is non-renewable and can be a source of climate change. Tidal power is expensive, but once built can be very reliable, cheap maintenance, and can be a good source of energy. It also does no damage to the wider environment, but can be damaging to local sea life. Overall, wood fuel is currently a greater source of energy because of its low cost and the energy it produces. However, in future tidal power may be a better source due to the reducing amounts of non-renewable sources. No!